Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video, Crawfish Alfredo. Welcome to the channel. This is your first time here and you're interested in learning how to cook authentic Cajun and Creole cuisine, comfort food, and just about anything for that matter, then you've come to the right place. Click that subscription button, that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Now today's video is one of my all-time favorites, and I know I say that a lot on this channel, but this stuff is delicious, and I can't believe I waited so long to make it, but I'm bringing it to you today. This is Crawfish Alfredo. Now, this is not your normal Alfredo sauce. We're gonna make a roux. We're gonna throw that holy trinity of Cajun cooking in there. We're gonna spice it up a little bit. We're gonna finish it off with some crawfish tails. Let me tell you something, you've got to try this recipe. Outstanding. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the kitchen so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at the ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and leave the exact recipe down in the description box below. Now, as far as the crawfish tails go, they might be kind of hard for you to find in your area, but don't worry, there's a link as well where I get all of my seafood and stuff from Louisiana shipped to me, and so you won't have any issues getting yourself some crawfish tails. All right, we're going to start off by just getting all of our vegetables prepped. We want everything ready to go before we start cooking. Now we're going to get our frying pan heated up to a medium heat, and we're going to start on our roux. First thing we're going to do is add our butter. We want to get our butter completely melted. Now once you get to that point, add your flour. Now the important thing here is once you have the flour, just stir consistently for about 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to make a blonde roux, and basically we're just trying to cook that raw flour taste out. After about 3 to 5 minutes, you can see how the butter and the flour starts to brown ever so slightly. This is when we want to add our Trinity. Now that we got our veggies in there, we're going to go ahead and give this a quick mix. We're going to add a pinch of salt. Make sure everything's well incorporated. We want to saute this for about 5 minutes or so, just long enough to get those veggies to start to soften up. Do not leave this unattended. There's still a possibility that you could burn the roux, so make sure you stir frequently. Okay, our vegetables are looking good. Now it's time to add the garlic. I just took some cloves, thinly sliced them. We're going to go ahead and add them here. Give it a good mix. We just want to saute it until you start to smell that garlic. And once you get to that point, it's time to add the chicken stock. Now we're going to give this a good mix as we bring this up to a simmer. We want to make sure that this flour and stock get well incorporated. It's going to thicken up a little bit. Now it's time to season it. We're going to hit it with a little bit of that West Coast Cajun Cuisine's Creole seasoning. If you want to get your hands on some of that, there'll be a link in the description box below. We're also going to go ahead and put in our herbs. Then we're going to give it a good mix and move on from there. Now that is simmering, we're going to bring some salted water up to a boil so that when we are ready, we can cook our pasta. Now in this particular dish, I'm using linguine. Alright, this has been simmering for about 10-15 minutes. Everything's come together really nice. Now it's time to add our heavy cream. Once we get our heavy cream in there, we just want to make sure we give it a nice mix, bring it back up to a simmer, and we're going to let it sit for about another 5 minutes. Our pot of water is boiling. Now it's time to cook the pasta. Go ahead and cook your pasta according to the instructions on the package. Alright, let's get back to our sauce. We're going to go ahead and grate some Parmesan cheese in here. And once you get that in there, just give it a good mix. Make sure the cheese is all nice and melted and well incorporated. Now it's time for the star of the show, and that is the crawfish. Now some people will go out of their way and strain all the liquid from the crawfish tails. Don't do that. That is flavor. We want all that crawfish goodness in this sauce, all right? Now these are pre-cooked, so you basically just want to warm this up. So once you put the crawfish tails in here, we're going to go pretty quick. We don't want them to cook for no longer than about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add some fresh parsley to this, and then we're going to spice it up a little bit with some Louisiana Crystal hot sauce. Then from there we're going to make sure that everything is well incorporated, and then we're going to season to taste. Make sure this is where you like it. I want a little bit more heat, a little bit more seasoning, so I'm going to add a little bit more, and then we're going to go from there. We have turned off the heat and there's only one more thing left to do, and that is add the pasta. Now once you get the pasta in there, just make sure it's well coated in the sauce, and now it's time to serve. Now it's time to plate up and make this look even more appetizing. We're going to add a little bit of sliced green onion to the top of this, a little fresh parsley. Now it's time to enjoy. Look, if you haven't already and you want to subscribe, click here. You want to check out one of the other videos on this channel, you can check out this playlist, or maybe this video is more of what you're looking for. Either way, click on one of those and I'll see you there.